Oh god, not this lineup again. Come on now, Funko. What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and in today's video, it's a brand new edition of This Week in Collectible News. Yes, you guys are actually getting this episode a day early because Friday, when I normally film these videos, I'll actually be in Toronto as I'm going to a Linkin Park concert. So whatever gets announced on Friday, per se, will be put onto next week's edition. If you end up enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but nonetheless, let's kick this video off. Which we're going to be kicking off with a Lego set of WALL-E that features WALL-E and Eve. And this is really awesome, of course. Not only is LEGO always killing it with the sets that they've been doing as of late, but more specifically doing the Disney Pixar sets. I know they've done Toy Story ones in the past. We had the Luxo and Pixar ball set about maybe a month or two ago, and now we got ourselves WALL-E and Eve here, and I think this is excellent. U2s have announced a figure of Michael Myers for Halloween 2, and this thing does look really awesome. I love the detail that goes along with this, with of course the blood all over the outfit, and of course the design of the mask itself. Funko did a teaser for K-pop Demon Hunters, which, judging by the name, I'm going to assume that this is some sort of anime, and who knows, maybe because I am recording this on a Thursday, maybe the day that this releases, we will get the official reveal of K-pop Demon Hunters. Coming soon will be Funko fan rewards at Funko HQ and Hollywood stores. So no longer do you have to just buy items off of the Funko shop website in order to get points, which I guess is a good thing because then you don't have to worry about the hassle of it getting shipped and then your items end up getting damaged. You have to send the email to replace new items. U2s have announced a brand new wave of South Park. And of course, U2s has been killing it with South Park the last couple of years, and now this set more specifically is based off of the one episode. I know Funko actually did a wave of pops for South Park that are based off of this exact episode. Funko teases Funkoween. It's weird to see Funkoween a little late this time around because normally we would get Funkoween reveals in May because that's the halfway point to Halloween. We got ourselves a diecast Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. I felt it was only a matter of time before anime would get the treatment of diecast, and it's still as as we see it with any other lineup. Funko announced a pop of Ozymandias from Watchmen. It's only a matter of time now where we get more characters, especially a remake of Rorschach, which I know is coming down the pipeline because someone recently got a prototype of the pop. Hot Topic had announced their own exclusive cinnamon roll pop that'll be limited to 9,500 pieces. This is okay, I guess, and I don't know if this should have been more of a supreme level pop. Tops announced a collaboration between Green Day and Garbage Pail Kids for a Battle of the Bands set of cards. Not gonna lie, I was sitting on my computer for about 2 hours contemplating on whether I was actually going to buy a set of cards or not. Because I do love the concept of this with the different cards like Billy Badmouth, Strike Mike, Tricky Trey. There's even ones based off of songs like Basket Case and Brain Stew that are absolutely hilarious. But at the end of the day, not only was one box that contains 10 packs that has a total of 50 cards between them, $80 USD, but because I am from Canada, then you have to add customs, you have to add the duty fees, and especially now, as of last week, 35% tariffs on top of that. Which, yes, I know that I've spent a lot of money throughout my lifetime as terms to the Funko NFTs, but at least with that, because those are digital and not physical cards, that I don't have to pay extra fees like customs and tariffs and duty fees. Thrilljoy have officially released glams for upcoming figures of SpongeBob, Raphael, Gollum, and Art the Clown, which all of these figures do have chases. And I have nothing but great things to say about Thrilljoy. Of course, we saw the teaser over at their event during San Diego Comic-Con a few weeks back, and now seeing these more closely, especially knowing what the commons and the chases are absolutely awesome, especially with SpongeBob, where we knew about the skeleton SpongeBob chase, but we didn't know about Patrick, which is actually the chase, and the skeleton SpongeBob is the more super chase that's limited to 96 pieces. U2s have announced a set of figures for Plants vs. Zombies. It's been a hot minute since I've heard about Plants vs. Zombies of anything, and I think the way they did these figures are absolutely phenomenal. Marvel have announced a set of comic books in honor of Toy Story's 30th anniversary. Now, this is really cool cool. They're taking covers from classic comic books, but recreating it with the Toy Story feel, and I think that's pretty cool. The Pokemon Center have announced their own exclusive pop of a Pearlescent Raichu. Yep, I'm not surprised. More Pearlescent pops. Expect there to be more throughout the rest of 2025. Hopefully we don't see any in 2026. We got the announcement of a pop premium of a Demogorgon on fire for Stranger Things that is exclusive to the Netflix shop. Not gonna lie, this is actually a pretty decent figure. We got ourselves a Michael Jordan 1987 dunk contest deluxe moments. It's giving off the effect of course, Michael Jordan doing a slam dunk, so they added 4 pops of Michael Jordan, but was this really needed? I don't exactly think so. And speaking of more sports, we have ourselves a rookie Wayne Gretzky pop for the NHL lineup. This is pretty sweet, especially with the little added on base to where you can see the ice. We got ourselves a new wave of Monster High pops. These are okay, I guess. I don't really know too much about them, so I can't really discuss about it much. A new set of Mickey and Friends pops. I guess that's cool, but not really up my alley. A new set of Garfield pops were announced. This is pretty sweet. I mean, we have lots of Garfields. We only have, I believe, like one other pop of Odie, but having Nurgle, I believe that's the first ever pop of this character, is pretty sweet as well. The set of One Piece Biddy pops. Biddy pop ornaments with a collector's case. Do I have to really explain anything? If you watch this channel a lot, I don't really have much to say when it comes to Biddy pops. Then we have another Blueprint Star Wars pop with R2-D2. Of course, we had the introduction to this new specification, I guess I'm gonna say it, when it came to San Diego Comic-Con with the Batman as well as the Robin that were limited to 2010 pieces. So now they're expanding to different licenses, including Star Wars, which, speaking of that, we got ourselves an Entertainment Earth exclusive Blueprint Chopper pop along with Ichabod Crane from Sleepy Hollow. And might as well continue this with the full-on wave of Sleepy Hollow pops, which I know that there are people that are super excited about this, and I think there are some pretty detailed pops within this set. We got ourselves the official glam shots of the Pop Nooks with Tony Stark in his workshop and Will in the Upside Down. Now, I don't know how I feel about these pops, considering that, of course, these do feel like pops that are meant to be out of box, but of course, they're going to take up a lot of room if you do have them in the box. We got ourselves a set of pops for Disney's The Rescuers Down Under, which I don't know too much about this, but these are really cool, and of course, it's something new. We got ourselves a brand new wave of the Rocky Horror Picture Show pops. Now, this is really awesome because there was an OG wave from back in the day, and now that's pretty pricey if you're looking to get it on the secondary market. Next up, we have a new wave of Wicked pops, and I believe this is for the upcoming part 2 because the movie was divided into 2 parts. And overall, these pops do seem pretty cool, especially with the pops that weren't featured in the glam shop being a metallic Tin Man and a flocked Cowardly Lion. However, with the lion, it's kind of giving me vibes of what they did with the live action Lion King, where it just looks more creepy than cute. Today, I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107. And the reason that they ended up getting a shout out is because they joined our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month. Not only do you get the shout out, but you do get lots of other perks, including early access to every single video and shorts that we produce on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It will be greatly appreciated and will go a long way of helping out this channel a lot. So definitely consider it, but let's get right back to the video. We got ourselves a brand new wave of Marvel Zombies pops. And this is what I kind of alluded to at the beginning, where why are we still making more Marvel Zombie pops when the last 17 waves or however did not do that well? But at least when they make a new wave, it's at least smaller than what they did back in 2020. LEGO have announced a Harry Potter Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition set. And this is pretty cool. Of course, not only do we have a big set as terms to the buildings, but of course, lots of minifigures. I think if I count correctly, there was a total of 13. And last but not least, before we move on to our usual top 5 list, we have a new set of Magic the Gathering pops. I don't know too much about Magic the Gathering. I know a couple people that are fans of it. I don't know too much, but these figures do look cool, especially with the character that has 2 different colored eyes. And now time for the top 5 list. Kicking off with number 5 is the Wall-E set from LEGO. This is pretty sweet. LEGO usually killing it, and I thought, you know what, it's gotta be Wall-E with how detailed this set is. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the Michael Myers YouTube 22s from Halloween 2. It's really cool to see this, especially with the blood splatter on it. Coming in at number 3 on my list is the SpongeBob SquarePants picks from Thrilljoy. Now, it was really difficult because theoretically I could have done this whole list with the Thrilljoy picks, but I specifically chose the SpongeBob. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the Green Day Garbage Pail Kids Topps card set. Now, like I mentioned, I really wanted to get this. I contemplated on getting this. However, I'm not really a card collector, so I just don't see myself like having these in my collection long term. And then coming in at number 1, the Toy Story 30th Anniversary comic book cover variants. I'm really curious on how these are going to be executed, whether it's just going to be the cover that's just Toy Story and the inside is going to be the regular comic book that it's based off of, or are we going to get a recreation of that comic and it's going to be recreated with the Toy Story characters? That's something I would really like to see.